We're back. I hope I have audio now. Got audio? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are we good? Loyal soldiers, I'm so fucked. Can you guys hear me first? Can you hear me? Can you hear me though? Can you hear me? Somebody say, all right, fine. Thank you, Sonny. Finally, somebody's fucking responding. I'm talking and yelling. It's like, I'm deaf. What does he say? He goes, I'm hard of hearing. I'm not deaf. I am so sorry. Let me go back to this. All right, let me go right here. Let me just do this. Set this up again. Let me see. If you want to donate, I don't even know what the hell I donate to. 1 sec, guys. PayPal David196 @gmail.com or ZELLE. I'm here. I'm just moving some numbers around, literally. All right, where am I? Yes, I'm here. I'm just trying to catch up to crap. Here, where's this? There. I'm sorry about, I guess there's how many people on the other freaking feed watching that? Let's see. There's down to, no, that's 17 likes, you idiot. How many people on the feed? I shouldn't close the other feed. Oh, shit. Let's go here. Oh, boy. Let's go here. Yeah, YouTube, because I'm going to write this for these people so they understand what's going on. I am no stupid now. Hashtag live. Let me just put this here. Hold on, guys, 1 sec. Paste. There. I'll pin this. So they'll see that. Let me go back here. There's still people watching that. There's 14 people watching that. I just sent that to them now. Unless it goes gang up on me. He said, I am now live. Yeah, they should go here. I said, oh, guys, I said, go here. Giving directions to people so they know where to go. Go here to enjoy the live stream. You, 14, I'm talking to. Speaking to. I literally wrote in caps, go here to enjoy the live stream. You 14, I'm speaking to. I want to see. There's never down to 12. Hold on. Go to the live stream. Here, now you see the eye? Then down to 10 here. No, you 15, go. It's on in there. I'm in there. Watch this. Shit. How do I do this with people? Oh. You guys just fix this shit. Go on. I'm not a goddamn live stream there. I can't do this. Come on. Come on. Do. You can't get it. All right. Here I come. Ah, shit. Just spilled water all over my freaking ass. All right. So I brought the bell. Hello. I brought the ball. Oh, yes, the ball. I'll put the ball over here. Put my watch the hell back on. Didn't wear it when I was driving. So that's on the original. So I posted, I said, U11 watching. There's now 15 people watching the live stream. There's a piece of paper. Take a look at the original live stream. I have not cut it off. I'm just looking for one simple freaking thing called a freaking mouse. Where's the freaking mouse? Where's Moosey Mouse? I don't fucking believe this. What the hell? What the hell happened to the mouse and mouse pad? Oh, it's over here? All right, well, now I can stick this the hell over here. Told you. All right, so as I said, guys, I'm going to get back here. It says you'll go to the, it's too funny. They can see me in the background now. So I got 43. There's still 12 people on the other live, and I left it up there. I put a piece of paper. I said, U11, because it was 11. Then it goes up to 15. I said, go to the live stream with this link. There's sound. It's too funny. It's too funny. It's too funny. I've never had this happen, but I didn't want to cut that stream off. So there's a thing. It's literally, guys, take a look at it. Take a look at it. It's too funny. Did I turn this on? Oh, I haven't turned this on. I'm sorry. I was thinking, oh, it's dead. It's like, no, it just hasn't been turned on. How much were they, Pat, for the framed movie posters? No, I did not touch that. That's not me. That's all the ghosts. I'm just not like looking at it. Oh, look, it's a flashing ball. It's like flashing ball. I said I just put it up there. I haven't touched it. Playing poker for money to stop as soon as has been dated. Oh God, how much did you make any money there? Yeah, let me do this. Get this out of the way. Get this over there. I want to move this and bring this over. That's the camera, and also this. That way I have a little bit better angle of things. Also, how can I make that screen bigger? It's not like, whatever. So I can just pull myself like this on closer to the camera. So let's just catch up. Steps away from the screen, spirit messing. Well, spirit's messing with the other one. I don't even know how many people are still on that feed watching the original feed because the audio wasn't working. So I said, just go to the regular standard, CPU. It's a regular computer is what it is. IBM type of thing. And it's just a big case, tower case. Hey, Wheeze, why would I have dementia? Why would you even say that, Wheeze? Come on. No, I said thank you very much for that. As a matter of fact, somebody gave me, it was you, Wheeze, wasn't it? Let me see, I'm finding the auction. I just lost the bid, damn it. And I wanted those framed movie posters. It's your house. Something's wrong. I don't know. It's kind of strange, though, that camera on the laptop's never given me problems. And all of a sudden it is. Last time I remember that, we lost the audio. And I was like, you guys are going to replace the audio card? And it's like, strange, just very strange. Burger Lounge is the location 281 South Beverly. Sonny, I'm just curious. Obviously, Sonny, you must be a local then. I assume you're a local because if you're recording a place that was right around the corner from my old apartment, 281 South Beverly. That's just south of, probably south of Charlieville, as a matter of fact. Sonny, is that an invitation for a date or something? Bells and balls, we got it all. Yeah, I had water. That's all I had. Don't touch anything. Of course, I'm not going to touch anything. Yes, I enjoyed. No. I bought two. I had one. I have another one tomorrow. I don't ever gorge like that. Yes, that's. Actually, I have a lunchbox from 1973, which is an NFL lunchbox because my mom at the time couldn't get me one of those. Let us just say more expensive lunchboxes with the Brady Bunch or something. No. I got the gosh darn generic one with the NFL football teams on it. I still have it. It's downstairs. I use it as a storage box. Burger Lounge is SoCal. I've never. Well, where are you, Sonny, from? We're up to 45. That's good. Somebody go look at the original feed and tell me how many people we have still watching that. They went for 200. Really? God, Pat, that's crazy. 7 people. What? Hey, take a look at the screen. It's a gosh darn piece of gosh darn Tommy's Burgers bag. No, I lost. It was James Dean. Oh, God. It's going to go for a lot more than $200. You didn't lose. You couldn't. You were just going to drive the price up, and I know those stories. You stopped at Galaxy. My God, I've always all connected to people who were murdered. Since I was a kid, my family loved Carmel. Oh, Carmel, Monterey. I haven't been there in years, but yes, 20 years I was up in Carmel. Did I go with her? No, I didn't. That was somebody else. So I'm trying to figure out when the last time I was in Carmel. Somebody's girlfriend. I think that was Francine. I know I went up to Carmel with somebody, and we went on the 7-mile drive. I don't remember who, but in any event, 2 hours south of you, Burger. Yeah, but Sonny, that's not answering the question. I said, so where are you at? Oh, Lydia's saying she lived there. Oh, interesting. Why not turn it off? Why not turn what off? Hey, Dom, why not turn what off? He goes, I still have my 70-cent kiss lunch. Oh God, that's pretty cool, Rob, that you had that. Hey, Rob, I took advantage of the feed being fucked up and went off to Tommy's myself. Not only was it better, it wasn't better, it was just faster that way. Plus, it was only $3.99 for the double chili cheeseburger because they had the special running. That's what I was going to ask you if you were able to get that when you asked for DoorDash or Uber Eats. Where's Nigel? I don't know where Nigel is. Who's Nigel? I mean, look, you guys know better than I. I have very little control upon who decides to come to watch and participate and just who wants to watch at all and not participate and who's not even there and aware that we're on. God, I wish I do have. Thank you. God, let me be right back. I don't like this lighting. It's very, very off-putting. All right. 9, guys. No sound. You ate. I'm trying to explain to them that there's 8 people that said you ate. I said, no, you didn't. You haven't eaten. I haven't eaten. But here, for you guys, go to my other link. It's the pinned link. You guys. This is for you. You can't hear me. So, God, I'm talking to myself. God. Go to the pinned link. I am there on the other camera with, not WAP, with sound. Not soon, but sound. Not no, now. You guys, go to this here. You see this? You guys watching, I'm in there live. Watch here. There's 5 people watching, Joy. 5 people watching this shit. Come on. Can't it be right? There's 9 of you now. What is wrong with these people? God damn, somebody. God, you can't explain it to these people. Watch it. This right here. You see this right here? This thing that says David, go there. Go there now. This is going to end. So go look. God. I can't help you guys. I can't fucking help you. Oh my good God. I'm so sorry. It goes 3 people, then it goes up to 10, then it goes up to 11, then it goes to 12. I'm going, go to the, they don't hear me. I said, and I'm right, I said, go to the link. Oh my God. No. Oh God, it's going, hey JJ, Pat, ask Jay, Joy, tell him what the fuck is going on. And I went there to get the battery. Hold on one second, I got distracted. I was grabbing the battery back. So I said, freaking light. Instead, these people aren't getting it. God, it's like, I'm so sorry for the people. I got people who are watching this and go, where the fuck's David? Where the fuck's David? Where the fuck's David? And I go, I went to get this. Oh yeah, you know they gave me this? It's a battery. I forgot who it was. I thought Mark, my friend Mark Politi gave this to me. What's happening? I've got people watching the original feed. And I say, since they can't hear, I go, and it says, go to the other link, the pinned link. You can watch me live now. And it goes from 3 people to 8 people to 10 people to 11 people to like, hey, I can't tell you. Here, let me turn this down a little. Oh, that's natural, but I need a little bit less of the natural and more the obnoxious of them. No, that's bad. That's good. But I want less of it, you son of a bitch. There we go. All right. So I can't, you understand. I've lost 10 people. We were at 49 people. Now we're 38, and there's still. I dare go back and look. There's probably 20 people looking at the freaking piece of paper, which says go to the pinned link. I'm there live with audio, with sound. Les, remember, that's all I have to say. I'm not saying another word. I don't want to get into it anymore. I've had a long fucking night. Lost the machine, David? Lost the machine? No. It says, go to the pinned link. The live is there. I can't. Hold it. Wait. Let me just take a quick look. How many people are there looking at this? What are you doing? God damn it. Look. You see this? You idiots. Go here. Go here. The police is doing that. Leave there. We're on the other line. I swear to God, guys. I swear to freaking God. There's 9 people there. It's back to 9. What the are they doing? And Joy said, she goes, David, just turn it off. Yeah, Les. Well, guys, don't egg them on. I have a little respect. The others are dead. Vintage light box. Yeah, you see that. That's what I got here. I got this. I turned this on today because Scott came over. And the woman said, is that a paranormal piece of equipment? I said, no, it's a light box. In the 60s, it's an original vintage light box. It's dusty as all hell, but we have it as a prop in a movie. I'm trying to find a place to put it so I'm not blocking it so you guys can enjoy it in the background. How about I put it? Is that better? Who's blocking it? This is blocking it. There. Is that better? I'll pull myself here. Oh, banging both lives. Rocky, will you fuck off with that? Rocky, take yourself off the other live. I want to kill it. I want to cut it. It's not needed now. Oh, God, somebody help us. Oh, somebody. So there's an answer for who one of the 9 idiots is that's still alive. No, Rocky, I didn't mean you specifically. I just meant, they're saying, like, we're the 9, who's on that? It's like, I don't know. There's nothing. Rocky, let me ask you a question. What do you find so interesting about a live stream with a whatchamacallit? God cannot help them. Yeah, there's one that's aimed at a bunch of dolls. Pat, here? No. Oh, no. Yes, not the dolls. Are you talking about first? Hold it. Annie, I've got to catch up with the fuck. I watched your channel with a guy turn the lights off while he sleeps and leaves the camera for hours. But like, you gotta forget it. I talk in my sleep. Could you imagine? I give away goddamn state secrets. No thanks. I click on the link and I went right into the one. Some might be stuck with both of them. What, Wanda? What are you guys? I'm missing this. I'm totally off. I haven't seen this. And somebody else has got a video of a bunch of dolls. Not here. No. I've had fun a while being an artist. It's not exciting. Of course it's not exciting. You don't go into art. You do not go into the field of art to make money. If you have any idea about the history of art, most of the people that are famous, most famous artists that we know of were not known when they were alive. And as a good friend of mine, Mark, said, he goes, death, it's a great career move. And it's true. Van Gogh, after he died, because of his sister, she helped promote his materials. It's only because of after they die, that somebody takes the gauntlet up and makes them big. Salvador Dali is one of the rare exceptions, but he was an eccentric beyond repair with his style of art, which had never been done before and has never been done since. Well, now with AI, they can do anything. But no, you think about it. You go into art because it fulfills your soul. If it's photography like Ansel Adams, or it's art like I'm thinking of Georgia O'Keeffe, you go into it because it's your passion, because it fulfills you. You don't go into it to become rich. However, nowadays, that's another story. We won't get into this whole thing, but Izzy, it's okay. It's you're not late. You're right where you're supposed to be at all times. Just remember that. To lock. I'm going in the other live. Will you stop it, Rustic? God. You can't hear anything, and I'm over here in the corner, and you can't see anything because the camera's got a... And there's still people commenting on that shit. How can I see it? I'm in the den. Some 30 feet away is a 42-inch or a 50-inch television set, which I have that screen from the laptop broadcast. I just got a very surreal thought. It's like, hey, why not to this camera, under that camera, and let's do a gosh darn Andy Warhol theme. Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft is another example, exactly. Stephen King is somebody totally different. He's famous while he's alive. It's very, very, very seldom. There's Truman Capote was very famous as a writer when he was alive, but the other stuff is oblivion. Box of rocks, they are, David. Oh, God, no shit, Lydia. I swear to God, it's too much. Sunnybrook, exactly. I wonder why I was led here tonight. Who led you? This just keeps getting more interesting. No, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't get into the paranormal BS like a lot of these people that do these podcasts, because if the spirits are interested in manifesting or doing something, oh, well, piss in the wind. Oh, definitely piss in the wind. They knocked down a different figurine. I don't know when that was, but I just noticed it right now, and it must have been when I was out. What is the light behind you? It's a light box, Shannon. It's a 1960s light box. Truman Capote was a genius. He was an absolute son of a bitch, but a genius indeed. Cut right to the bone. There's nothing out of the realm of what it's like to be a genius, but to know it and to feel it and to feel that you have the indescribable wit and ability to bring these stories to light and to get into the minutia, as I like to call it. Truman Capote was a very, very smart man, and people didn't exactly understand me because I was different. But make no mistake about it, I was sharp as a fucking tack. And that's the facts. That's Truman Capote. I don't fuck around. I dig deep and hardcore questions, and I get to the bottom. And I expose the truth. Some people just can't deal with the truth. And when I was bringing shit to light in the day, nobody fucking wanted to hear it. But I had to, because I was in charge of doing one thing and one thing only, and was bringing the truth to the light of the world so they would understand that there was more to their preconceived notions of what these people were about. You see, in those days, there wasn't much psychological depth work done in criminal psychological profiles and such. I got very intrigued by these people and what their, let us just say, the inner workings of their mind, their twisted minds. I needed to understand how and why they did what they did and what made them tick. Make no mistake about it, it wasn't enjoyable. It was truth-seeking at its best. Okay, how'd you like that? Ah, look at the fuck's there. We got Scott on tape. Oh, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Oh, Jesus Christ, David, I'm trapped in your tube downstairs. Please come get me. In your tub downstairs. You saw that video from Scared and Impaired. My wig is stuck to the drain. We need more of these talks to humanity, David. Galaxy, that was basically channeling Truman Capote there, because I very much find him an intriguing person for so many different reasons. Hey, Scott. Hi, Scott. Oh, Scott on tape. Yes, I saw your show there. He's coming back. He just doesn't know. He's going to have to figure out how to put it in the works to actually be here, to stay the night, to do a live stream here so we can do a whole thing and raise his platform up a notch. And people go, I'm going to watch that the whole night through. Scott and tape at David's house, spending the night in the third level guest bedroom. Fuck. Scott is the man. Yes, he is a man. He's quite the man. You want a Tommy burger? David said, oh, Rob's. Did you guys see that video from Scared and Impaired? They had the guy as a punishment, had me read him a story from the fucking book. Yeah, Scott's Cobain stuff is great. On a gluten-free bun. On the way, brother. Wait. You're sending that to him? You're sending that to me? And if you get a time his double chili cheese, make sure you tell him you want the $3.99 deal, because you have to ask for it. It's not something they just give away. It's not on the menu. It's the special. You have to. It's special for tonight, for Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. So for 4 days. 3 people still left over there? I feel sorry for them. Oh, thank you very much, Scott. It's nice to see a Canadian still got some balls. Jesus Christ. It's nice to know. Indeed. Thank you, Andy and Weasel, says Scott on tape. Well, that's just dandy. You know, the other old chuck wagon. We want to know what the hell's going on with the meat up in Canada. But then again, I don't know.
You could do it. Hold it. Great monologue. You could do it off, way off Broadway, maybe in Newark. Well, since you're, well, coming from you, the talent scout, let me tell you, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? Considering this is a .357 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, you have to ask yourself, did he shoot 5 or did he shoot 6 shots? Well, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you, Snowcap? That's what I thought. Yeah, tough grind in the Canadian backwoods of Saskatchewan, man. You know, it's in Saskatchewan. We out there, we don't know what we're doing in Saskatchewan, you know, man. It's good. Went north. You know, what's up, going? Evie, if I definitely order a burger for Scott, I send it. You're ordering a burger for Scott. Well, you can't get it in. You can't get a goddamn, burger for Scott. Whose video is this? Whose stream is this? I'm going to talk like Sylvester. Yeah, duh. Adrian, whose house is this? We're at Oman's house, right? Frankie, we're at David's, right? What the hell's the matter? You're buying a fucking burger for somebody who's not even in this fucking home where the stream is coming from? What are you, fucking nuts? How disrespectful. I got fucking, how many people? Oh my God, there's fucking 10 people over there. I can't fucking understand these people. They're fucking flipped in the head.
In any event, we want to know what the hell is going on here. Why would you be buying a burger for somebody that's not even here? And it's not even us, and it's not even their stream. What is with you, my friend? Are you just that disrespectful? You're gonna go buy a burger for a man who's somewhere else in some other part of the goddamn world. And meantime, this is a live stream from this.
You really got problems. You really have some real deep problems, that kid. You're making me wonder why you're betraying your fucking godfather. I see this fucking stream of things like I'm looking at a fucking cue card or a cryon. I'm not reading it. What it says, Scott David started alive with no sound, started alive, but left the other one. I am a good actor. I am. That's just being impersonating. It's just impersonating people. It's nothing like real life. Acting is a lot more than just taking on people's characters that are famous. That's impersonation. That's like Rich Little. Who laced David's blends tonight? He seems more off his mind than ever. More out of his mind than ever. Jesus Christ, because I'm trying a new tactics, just being funny and interesting. If the ghosts want to chime in, they will. Can you channel Sharon Tate? I'd really like to. Jesus Christ. Lydia, no, I can't. You're cracking me up. Look, people like this. I got 47 people. The other night we had 80 people. And then Fidel talked. And it went, yeah. I kept saying that Zagams had a point about David being possessed. He had a point about his penis being small is about all he had a point about. But we don't want to talk about microscopic organisms, and the like. So is Jesus here? I don't know. Is Jesus here? Oh, Jesus. Oh, put the fucking, yeah, I got, here, you want to watch what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a sight for sore eyes. See this? When we started the show earlier, this was standing right up here. And you were right there. I don't know why you came forward. And you were out there. Yeah, this is the camera that covers the figurine. So when they get knocked over, we have it all covered in video. Let's be honest, it happens so much that when it doesn't happen, I'm more curious of why it's not happening. But the fact is I don't even post the videos anymore because it's so bad. Speaking of videos, thank you very much, spirits. I got to go downstairs for 1 second. And don't get wise with me, Scott. I've got some interest in the movie, but they wanted us to do an edit where the movie is changed in the first 5 minutes. So I figured, what if I shared with you guys the video? How can I do that? That's a good question. I have to set the camera up, put it up here so you guys then go to the thing, put the clip in. I figured I wanted to share it with you since I just did a rough edit. Very, very simple rough edit, but it's just rearranging some of the sequences in the very beginning of the movie. And I want to get your feedback. Because if I commit to this, I then have to get the editor to go in and basically take the goddamn take the movie, which it sounds a lot easier because the way I did it was easy. But he says, "Oh no, David, you got to remember there's layers of music and so many different layers that when you cut a section out, you have to match it to, and it's just a whole too, and it's going to cost around $10,000, as well as get the other deliverables for the movie so we can actually sell it because I want to get it sold already." And I spoke to the agent today, and I said, "Look," he goes, I said, "I want to get this out to the rest of the world as quickly as possible." He goes, "Oh, I only represent North America and Canada, and that's it." And I said, "Well, I don't want to just release it to the US and Canada and then find 3 days later it's across the goddamn globe in a bootleg form." I said, "So why don't we just release the whole movie at once and let it go the worldwide at one time, make a splash and take advantage of something, hopefully getting it out there big and doing it dirty." No, you guys are all writing this shit. Yes, he had 6-beer Evie. Had 6 beer. What? Les, what the is with you? I had no beer. What is with you? One of those figurines balls. Yes, David, are the spirits angry, David? Lydia, David, are the spirits angry, David? What? No punctuation. I don't understand. That has happened. Then another tour, David. I can't. No. Sorry, guys. We're tied to this gosh darn computer. I've got about 5 feet of line, and that's the length of the camera. I can't. If I take this anywhere, the most I can take it is probably in there in the doorway and turn the camera in the room. But that's as far as it goes tonight, kid. We're not on a laptop. We're on an old CPU, which is a desktop. If you don't understand, it's not a phone. I should have called 9. Sunnybrook, what are you confused about? Les, it's 000 here. Yeah. Sonny, what's the matter? Talk to me. I'm reading what you're saying. Anything goes with David. What did you expect? I'm more like David Letterman in a way that you never saw him because he didn't do his feeds at home. If Letterman was around doing the late show, this pretty much would be a sizable amount, except he'd have goddamn. Fuck you for saying that. He said he'd have live guests. He might have some live stupid pet tricks. The most I can give you is Reggie on the floor sleeping, looking like a noof, and maybe the fish behind me, but no. Yes, Galaxy. Are those Jack Johnson boxing gloves? Scott, kiss my ass. No, these are boxing gloves. This is Archie Moore, signed by Floyd Patterson, signed by Leroy Neiman, signed by Muhammad Ali, and then over there I've got Ken Norton Jr., Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, and Larry Holmes. Norton Jr. actually, or is that Norton? No, Norton Sr. Sorry. I was friends with Norton Jr. when he was playing at UCLA. So I had Mike Sherrard take the glove and gave it over to Norton Jr. to have Norton Sr. sign it. Norton Sr. signed it for me personally. So what are you guys saying? Where's Reggie? Reggie. Yeah, some of those people are Rocky. Rocky's a couple of those people. So that's who's doing that just to piss me off. Les, I don't drink, dipshit. Newsflash, you're going out, kid. I told you not to be disrespectful. I told you not to be a putz. And I told you not to act like a shit. And you did. So you're getting what you didn't want to get. You're getting a timeout. I swear to God. I hate doing this. But when you do these kind of stupid things, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. No, that was way disrespectful. Sorry, I won't stand for it. And other people were bitching about it already tonight. What am I supposed to do? Sit down and ask, just sit there and go, okay, you're going to insult me with that? When it's totally false. I don't drink and drive because I don't drink. Scott probably knows more about that than anybody. I got a cookie and a chocolate milk.
like I said, I wanted to go downstairs. Right before we went on live at 10 o'clock, I decided to back up the copy of the version I just did. And I said I can bring it upstairs and slip it in there into the hard drive and just pop it in and say, okay, watch, here's it on the USB. So Lydia, the Earth and Wall Room is one of particular. Well, what I can probably show you is I can show you the channels, the different cameras in the house on the big screen this way. Instead of having you stuck with this as an image while I go downstairs and grab the USB thing, I can have you guys watch the big screen of the cameras. How did that sound? So let me do this. Let me see. Let's see. Here it is. What are you guys saying? Okay, so it's been 36 years since the murders. I was born in 1961. No, 56 years since the murders. Yeah, so you were whatchamacallit, you were alive. No, I was going to say, it makes you were 8 years old when the murders took place. Now, what part of the world were you living in then, at that time, Lydia? I got 2 people left in the other one. All right, Shannon, I'm going to go close the other one because I don't need that stupid shit, and it's going to look dumb. So, hold on one sec. Let me just go click that on. There's no need to have it on. There's 4 people. All right, guys. I'm out. And the screen. We're over. Go to the guy. No, go here. Go to this. And do this. Then I'm out. I'm going to close this out, okay? Got it? There. That had an end. Just cut out of this shit. All right, so that's that. All right, so as I was saying, I cut that out. I just killed it. I killed the stream. There's 5 people on there. So, all right, let's go here. So I'm going to show you what's going on. I was 47 back then. Galaxy, what are you, 113? Galaxy, you were 47 back in 69 is what you're saying? You'd be 113 fucking years old. You'd be born in 1912. Come on, Scott. LOL. Well, he said he was 47 and 56 years ago. Do the arithmetic, man. I'm quick on math. You have plenty of physique of a boxer. Box. Scott, you're an awfully brave keyboard warrior there, sonny boy. I can see you. Reggie, okay? I can see you there with your keyboard typing real big and smart there, Scotty boy, all the way up in Canada. But I don't see you coming down here and putting any muscle or thought behind the words in person. Like, I'm going to come and visit this next trip, said you in January. Come July or June, or whenever the fuck it was last, I had to go meet you at the Roosevelt Hotel with about 100 other fucking people around a swimming pool. And I was sitting there going, why the hell did I have to come this far? He could have come this way. No, he didn't. I ended up having Donna's burgers after that. Yes, I did. Oh, it's so nice to have you on shitting all over me like a rabid dog. Yes, it is. I hope you're having fun. My God, it's 2 in the fucking morning for you. Are you really alive? Or is this somebody impersonating you? Because I know you don't like to stay up late, man. I am surprised if you are actually there. I am ions all very galaxy. I am organic. That's not, orgasmic and organic are not the same. Just remember that, galaxy. I don't think so. I'm the oldest. E.V. Scott Musko. He's been here. He's been here. Came with Barrier Beyond and didn't have a good time. He didn't get to see a ghost. He came again with Barrier Beyond and didn't get to see a ghost. And I think he stopped by for 10 minutes one time in last year. And I'm like, whatever. So you're talking too organic. Okay. No, Pete, if you're 71, you definitely have me over a barrel. David gives it back just as good as Scott. Oh no, Scott likes the banter. I'm eternal, and I was talking to organic. I'm missing that. You know, I got me gone. 3 times Scott came over. Yeah, 3 times. And I've asked, he's supposed to come, he's back in LA twice, and both times he hasn't come back. Well, I got news for you, Galaxy. Who the fuck cares? I mean, I'll be honest with you. What's age? It's all in your mind. Though I wouldn't live past 25. All right, so look. You're my brother's age. God, Pat, stop it. Don't even start with that, Pat. You know. There's Scott. He's actually so Scott. What do we owe the pleasure of you being up at 2 a.m. East Coast time? Seriously. Faceless. I've had no faceless. What faceless? I don't drink coffee. I don't smoke fucking cigarettes, and I don't have any faceless, and that's why I look the way I do. Great genes. Well, thanks, Beat Aerospace. I appreciate that. Oh, Sonny's great. Seriously, Sonny, you're as old as you think you are. My father lived to be 98. He built this goddamn house when he was 70. Jesus Christ, 70. It's 82 when he built this house. So let's put it that way. If the man was 82 when he built this house, you know, you got to think about, wow, that's amazing. At that age, yeah, he built the house. I know you love me, Scott. I love you too, Twitty. It's been too long. No vaping. No, vaping. People vape and I go, you're a fucking guinea pig. You have no fucking goddamn idea what the fuck that's going to do. I said, well, what do you mean? I said, when they made heroin legal in the 1870s and it was all over the place, they didn't think it would do any harm. Come to find out, it's the most addictive goddamn narcotic and people were dropping dead from it. And then the same with cocaine. What do you think vaping is anything different? It's a brand new narcotic agent with a new delivery system, and nobody knows, honestly, the long-term effects because it's all speculation. Seriously, you're superheating a gosh darn device and making that thing into some gosh darn vapor. We have no idea how that affects the lungs, how it affects it in the long run, not just 5 years, 6 years. Try 15 and 20 years. The same time it took for people in the goddamn fucking medical profession to realize heroin and cocaine were not good for you. But it was in cough syrup. And morphine was in cough syrup. And they're giving morphine and alcohol in kids' cough syrup. And they said, gee, that'll put the kid out. I said, no shit, I'll put an adult out as well. And a fucking goddamn African elephant. An African bull elephant, to be honest with you. It's like stupidity that you don't know. You guys that are vaping your asses off don't know what the fuck is going to happen long term with that shit. Because it has yet to be shown. What did you guys say? Miss mine. David is an ancient, bright, regal son. No, I'm just no. I'm a truth seeker. I don't take anything for granted. That's the difference. I missed what you said, Shannon. Lots of drugs and crazy life, but straighten out one cause. Stupidest things. I'll be dead before I can pay it off on 125th. I spent a month here. I spent a month there one night. I'm telling you this, Scott, you get tremendous ratings if you fucking said you're fans. I'm going to stay at David's house, going to do a live show, all night. I'm going to be here on the 3rd level, and you guys can donate and whatever, and make me do challenges. You blow it the fuck up. Don't even think twice about it. We had plenty of people watching. Thanks. I'm glad you liked the show, the shirt, Joel. It's I got it off of GoDaddy. Not GoDaddy. Yeah, HardDaddy. HardDaddy.com. Look up Ghost shirts. There'll be a bunch of them. They'll have this color and then they have it in the tan color. Apricot, it's called. Personally, I prefer this because I like the more vibrant tone. It's more bold. But I do have both. I have 5 copies of this and 3 copies of the apricot and tan. So I guess I really enjoyed the shirt, and I thought, shit, if I ever fuck one up, at least I got a backup, and then I've got another backup in case I fuck that one up. You know, so just read what you said. Me either. No, it's always been my modus operandi. I always want to know the truth. Bad as it sounds, I'd rather know the truth than hear a lie. I told you I stay up late just to avoid you. Then Scott, when we have to talk, we have to set up a date for you to be out here. So you'll fucking promote the shit out of it. You got 2 months, you're gonna be out here. Do 1 fucking night here. You will thank me and say, David, that blew up. It just blew up the gosh darn numbers. I got so many followers and everything that's going really good with that. Thanks. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. It worked for gosh darn Scared and Impaired. Their Friday's Beers thing went up 4,000 views after my video went up.
I kid you not, their subscribers went up by 4,000 subscribers in about 2 days after that video blew up. They were going stupid crazy with it. Sonny, they've already been here. RuPaul's Drag Race. They were already here. It's on Drag Ass. They came out to visit with Graveline Tours. Gee, I'm 57, and never did I try a drug in my life. Never been high or anything. Being a musician, that's a pretty good record. That's an insane record. Most musicians do drugs. I know plenty of them. But whatever floats your boat. I use happiness and I don't take Tylenol because it fucks up your liver and your kidney, so I don't touch that stuff. But look, epic person. No, I'm not an epic anybody. It's like the 5 people that look. It's you. I said, stop right there. I said, do not look at me like that. I said, I am no fucking celebrity. I said, don't go treating me like he's real. It's like, yes, I'm real. I said, I'm as real as you guys are. And I said, I don't put myself on a pedestal. So please don't you put me on a pedestal. That doesn't feel comfortable. And they were like, I said, yeah. I said, come on. I said, I'm just some guy that lives in a haunted house. I said, I wrote a book about it. I've been on a couple of TV shows, but I'm not some exploited piece of shit. And once you break the ice like that with people, they just go, he's real. I was like, yeah. Because I've seen you on these shows. I said, yeah, I know. It's okay. Don't worry about what you've seen. I said, it's not all true. It's just the truth. What did you guys say, Scott? Anyway, David, before spontaneously busting, I'm going to go. You're too funny. I'll be on my channel tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So at 5 o'clock, I'll see you. I have to go to visit my friends who are at the Burbank Equestrian Center with a horse show tomorrow. So I'm going to take some footage from there because she's got 18 of her horses there. And to me, horse therapy is as good as dog therapy, but these are big doggies and you can't get bigger than these horses. They're like, you walk up to them and their freaking eye is here. I'm like, you are a big dog, and just pat them on the back, and it's just solid muscle. And it's not like a Western style horse where their back is kind of dipped into the saddle. These things have the perfect back because they have a light saddle, and and I've seen them, been there visiting her there for the past year a couple of times when she's in town there with the horses, and I just love them. To me, they're big dogs. But in any event, Scott, have a great night. I'll drop in your shows, of course, show you my support and love, obviously. You sweet boy, you're such a big husky hiker from the big white north. Oh, God, help us. It's almost like Jiminy, what's his name? That big fat son of a bitch, that's got that Martin Short play. He does that. You got Martin Short that does it. Who's the guy? Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy, whatever the hell thing. But he talks with this kind of an accent. Isn't it kind of strange? He talks this accent and he's so big and robust and rotund. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Let's see what they say. That'd be great, Ruby. Is that your friend? All right, Mia that jumps the horse. Yes, that's my friend who jumps the horse. Yes. Her. Yes, that's it, Joy. Kristen, right. Take care of yourself. Jiminy Glick, that's right. It's Jiminy Glick that talks like this. And I hear him and I think of this fat, rotund, insulting son of a bitch. But really, I really like him a lot because he's just such a prick. Is that the cocksucker? That's the guy. I hate the son of a bitch. I think he's funny, but the character's like, you just want to go up there and say, you fat son of a bitch. How dare you treat people with such just such contempt? He's just so irreverent. Well, I don't know. I don't think I'm so irrelevant. I think I'm irreverent. I'm not irrelevant. I'm irreverent. I mean, that's like his thinking. He would say the word and goes, oh, I'm not irrelevant. I'm irreverent. It's like, Jesus Christ, Jiminy Glick. I'd love to meet who's the actor that portrays Jiminy Glick? You guys, answer. Thinking how Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, and all these other wrestlers die from heart attacks. It's called roids. Roids do damage to the heart. That's 101. Look up steroids abuse and what happens and how much it destroys the muscles. Well, your heart is a muscle. That's the biggest. It's the most important muscle in the goddamn body is the heart. To be honest with you, so it destroys it. Do you Jumo horses too? I don't know. Do I run? No, I don't. No, I don't. I haven't even ridden on her horses in a year. I could have a couple times, but I just haven't. Because the 18 horses that she brings down are literally her horses to jump over this and through these things. It's not like I could say, hey, do you have a horse that has been run that I can actually possibly? No, it's not that easy. She doesn't know. I'd love to, but like I said, when I used to horseback ride when I was a kid, the horses probably were about like the back was like, but probably about right here. These horses' backs are a full foot taller, and they are incredibly. They're athletes. You look at them and go, Jesus, this horse, and you watch them jump over these I guess obstacles, and the things are literally. I'm like 5'9", so I'd say about 5 feet high, and you just watch them go over that. And you go, oh my God, it's incredible. It's incredible. I'll tell you that. It's quite amazing to watch. I folded on the last two streams. Martin Short, thank you. That's it. It's just I know who Martin Short is. I mean, he's definitely a friend. He worked with Steve Martin, and he's not what Jiminy Glick would say was a great person. He's really obnoxious. But anyway. Look, let me do this since I want to go down and get the gosh darn USB drive and share them. I want to share the first 10 minutes of the movie and get your feedback because nobody's seen this edit and I want to see what you guys think. So I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to put this on for you guys. Oh, son of a, what the fuck? So we got 2 cameras. No way. It's got it working? It is working. You bastards, you fixed yourself. All right. I'm going to estimate what this looks like for you guys. Put this right here. You can see now. Do you see that? Let me see. All right, this I'm going to go downstairs for a few seconds. This is all of the cameras we have in the house. You see that? That's the. I'll be right back. So just stay with me for a second. I'm going to run downstairs. You just have to get the gosh darn drive. It should be done right now. Hey, you son of a... You couldn't hold yourself, did you? You wouldn't be polite. Really, Reg? Really? You couldn't just hold it down? Reg? Some people would take you down to that. Oh no, not again, Ray! Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Hold on, everybody. I got a mess to clean up part 2. Shit. Yes. Jesus, Reg. All right, you guys are going to have to hold on. I have to take him outside. He needs to go bad. Come on, outside. Right now. Come here. Come on, quick. Come on, I'm live on the air. Come on, let's go. Jesus Christ. That's things like hell. You know that? All right, I'm back. And I'm black. All right. All right. Oh, good. I don't know what you guys can see, so let me see what I want. 2025, that would be this one. All right, hold on. I want to make sure what the hell you guys are seeing so you can see what you're seeing. All right, let's do this. Stop it. I'll restart it. Don't worry, guys. I want you to have the best freaking possible view of it, though, is the problem. Oh, I'm sorry, you stupid pink.
penile pointer. All right, first get level, then get bent. All right, now raise this. Where's the raise? Raise the raise. All right, I'm going to raise you up. So turn this. You don't need the goddamn light on. No, you're killing yourself. Raise it up to eye level. Here you go, guys. Don't worry, you're there. I'll get it. I'll start from the beginning. Yes, I'm just loading up the camera angle. All right, straighten this. Yes, you're going to get to just for a second. Don't worry. Trust me. I want, shit, I'm an idiot. I got the whole screen, right? Then set up for the whole screen, right? Yeah, guys, just hold on. Trust me. All right. That good? No, I actually want it up to the screen. I want the entire screen level and even. No, that's not the screen, you dimwit. That's the Castron. No, that's as tall as she goes. All right, fine. Bend up. Straighten out. Okay, guys, you can be fine. Trust me. You'll see in a second. You're like, that's so cool. Trust me. I'm not kidding you. All right. A little like this. Just a second. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the movie. I'm going to dim the lights, of course. Start from the very beginning. All right, let me kill the lights. I want your honest opinion. Shit, here we go. It's already going. Oh shit, the audio. The audio, great. Fuck. Oh boy. Oh, fuck. Well, there's that. We have no audio. But this is talking about the newsreel footage. Apparently, the audio didn't upload because it's on a separate track. But blah, blah, blah. You know the story. This is about the Sharon Tate murders. The bodies were found. The police said they found the telephone wires cut, but the bodies have been dead for 12 and a half hours. To this day, the crimes were unsolved and not figured. Blah, 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 blah. Newsreel footage. Sorry. But that intro starts with the Sharon Tate murders. Is what that was about. I'm so upset the gosh audio didn't track it. All right. No, that was it. Oh, where am I? Oh, right. Sorry, guys. Oh, I know you're a little off. Let me do this. Wait. Dum. Where is this stupid? What is with this? Come on. To the bottom. To the bottom. All right, so close this down. Sorry, guys, hold on. All right. So you got to see the movie. What did you guys think? I know I got to put this back here. Ugh! You don't understand. I'm working with a 25-pound film, tripod, movie tripod. That's right. So, all right, let's catch up. Polanski ding-a-langing. Nice effects with the blood splatter. I appreciate that. Definitely more scary as well. Really, you like that, huh? Well, the reason why the editing was done the way you just saw, without the fact that the audio dropped, pisses me off, is the fact that the film buyer said, he goes, I like the way that it should be in a chronological. I said, what do you? He goes, well, right now you open up with the newsreel footage and then you go to the murders. It doesn't make sense. I said, yeah, you're right. Izzy, you're out of here? All right. So I said, what do you mean? He goes, because I want to put the murders and then the newsreel footage since it makes much more sense. It's like, yeah. I said, I can go with that. So that's what we're going to do. So that's why I wanted to show you guys. I'm sorry that the audio, the newsreel footage dropped out. That's pissing me off. That was part of the editing that I did. So, but the real edit's going to be done properly, and it should be good. Tensions were boogeymen as a kid company. Yeah, they were. Very true. Very, very true, Mary. Yeah, well, exactly. That's the whole point of the movie. It's half act, half fantasy. And the stuff that's fact is stuff that was talking about the murders, the fact that my parents' house was burglarized in 1970 and 71 by unknown assailants in the middle of the night, and creepy crawl took place in my parents' house. And I mean, the real deal creepy crawl. So, creepy music and stars is good. Maybe don't show the faces of the characters. Well, that's as we can let people know she's in trouble. Well, we're going to keep that because it's part of telling her story. Possible to minimize the gory stuff and still get the point across. Well, you don't see a knife strike her body. That's the
the stuff that you're taking out of context and thinking is gory, which is what Alfred Hitchcock said. You give them enough information, but let them take themselves way over the top by not showing it. In Psycho, for instance, you see the knife, you see it penetrate through the plastics, the curtain, the shower curtain, but you never see the knife strike her ever. You just see the blood dripping into the water and going down the drain. And in my movie, you don't see the knife strike her. You see the knife come down, and then you see blood splatter. You don't see any gore. That's the beauty of my movie, because I took from Alfred Hitchcock and said, give them more stuff that the audience knows to think there's something they're onto, and their impetus is to try to forewarn the victim, and it doesn't work out, so it heightens their tension. So there's not a lot of gory stuff in the movie, actually. PJ, that light box I bought 21 years ago on eBay, and it was a lark that I found it. So, really, wow. You're a few years older than I was, like I said. All right, Shannon. Like I said, the movie that you see that's right now for rent is this movie, but the sequence is different in the very beginning. So what these people at the sales rep said, he goes, can you do that? I said, yeah, it's the first freaking minute and 5 seconds of the movie. We can slip that forward into the sequence. He goes, yeah, I want you to do that. I said, okay. He goes, I want to start, like I said, the way I said, we can get you that in a heartbeat. So here, let me do myself a favor since I got such terrible lighting. Well, it's the world we live in. Lighting sucks. You look like shit and people think you're dead. Then they find out you're not. And it's so fucking unhappy for them. Listening plus was really horrifying to understand. They didn't cut the baby out. That is a myth. I saw the pictures of Sharon Tate in the morgue. They took the baby out after and buried the baby outside of Sharon's womb. Yes, but Sharon's baby was buried with her, and she was holding the baby in her arms when she was buried. So they didn't cut. The Manson family said they wanted to, but they didn't. And I know for a fact they didn't, because I saw the pictures at the morgue of Sharon Tate, and she was quite intact and quite pregnant and had multiple stab wounds. And had the paramedics or somebody arrived, they could have saved the baby's life. But let's not get into that. Chocolate syrup is blood. Yes, chocolate syrup is blood in Psycho, because it was black and white. And black and white, chocolate syrup comes out looking like blood. Well, thank you, Teresa. I'm very happy you liked it. Like I said, I'm kind of happy to see somebody taking interest to sell it and says, we can sell this. And he goes, just do a little tweak here. And I said, all right. And I said, that really freaking works. It makes better sense the way it plays. So once we get the final edit done, the new edit for 2025, we are going to then basically put that up for the rental, and they'll still be up for rental, but you'll be able to, probably buy it and do all that stuff as well. Yeah, the incidental. Yeah, I agree with you, Pat. It's true. Thanks for calling this afternoon. Tell me next when you're going to be up to come up to the house and visit, by the way. We got to set something up. No, sure, Ganica, absolutely, because it's an old myth about the murders. Yeah, it died because her mother, the mother's heart, stopped feeding him oxygenated blood. You got to remember, he was still inside the womb. So, yeah, Annie knows what she's talking about. Well, you mean the new version Galaxy? Yeah, like I said, I've got the editor coming back on Saturday, and we're going to get on this on Monday and redo that. I think that it shouldn't be, hopefully, too difficult. Yeah, black and white movies, because black and white movies, liquid chocolate looks like blood. It's amazing. So many silly myths. Of course there are. Just like the myth that people are supposed to be at the party that night, and all of Hollywood was invited but didn't make it. And it's so sad because it's not even close to true. They were all in their nightgowns. Doesn't everybody remember they were in their nightgowns? How many parties do you have where you have a bunch of people coming over and you're in your nightgown and she's 8.5 months pregnant? See, it doesn't speak well of Sharon's character to sit there and say these things. And I go, you really have some nerve, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee and I were supposed to be at that party, and it would have been a way different party had we been there. It's like, yeah, it would have been a way different party if a lot of people had been there. But the fact is, you are sick for saying that you were supposed to be there at that house, connecting yourself to this tragedy. Like what in the hell, man? I just really, I know, Pat. Galaxy, you said it, myths sell. Bullshit sells, kid. It's not just myths, bullshit. I mean, there's a lot of people out there putting out a lot of gosh darn crap in the cottage industry of the Tate murders, saying this is the conspiracy and I know the truth of what happened and why it happened. It was the CIA. They were in on it. Mystic 51 or something like that shit. Oh yeah, and then of course Vincent Bugliosi had this whole master plan that he was going to become a millionaire because he was going to sell it. It's like, who the hell comes up with this shit? People in the present day looking back 56 years ago and saying, yeah, he knew exactly how it was going to play out. When in reality, that wasn't his mindset. He wasn't looking for a heavy-duty payday, and people project their 21st century mentalities that just because it happened, he knew it how it was going to happen before it happened. It's like, you are stoned or stupid, but you choose. It's not the way it was. It didn't, the truth sells less than myths. I know it's true. It's very true. Truth will win out. Yeah, well, I've heard a lot of stories about the facts of the story, and they keep on telling me that that's not true. And I go, it's more than true. It's real. And the problem is no one likes to hear the truth because it hurts to believe that these people weren't affected by drugs. And there is no drug that can make these kids do the rampage that they did on the LaBiancas and the Tates. But sociopathic behavior of a king sociopath that Manson was the answer and the simple reason why he was able to get away with what he got away with and had these minions do his bidding. And they were wholeheartedly devoted to him. And people, that's not possible. It's like, you never heard of Jim Jones in 1977 in a place called Guyana down in South and Central America, where about 700 of his followers and he all OD'd on Kool-Aid, where we get the name or the story of, or the meme, he drank the Kool-Aid. That's a direct reference to what happened 48 years ago in Jonestown, Guyana, if you don't know. So go look it up. A guy named Jim Jones, heavy-duty sociopath, was able to get people to do things that were well against their will, and yes, including self-murder or suicide. So just think about that. So fate of Manson, if you believe in the absolute Look, I don't sit there and discuss my personal or beliefs as far as the afterlife, whether it's a heaven or a hell. I've always said in jest that I think he has a standing table by the fireside in a little place called Dante's Inferno, way down below. But that's in jest. I mean, but I think there's got to be some type of and I just heard people, but you got to remember, people are advocates of Manson and think that he was, unjustly this, and, the system made it against him and this, and he coped. I said, I know a lot of people that went through the system that didn't go out and kill a fucking dozen people or more, or had at their directive have people killed at his directions. I'm sorry, just, it's inexcusable what he did and how he manipulated these people and these kids. And it's sorry, but it's, it is what it is. It wasn't brainwashed, Sonny. A sociopath doesn't brainwash anybody. And I've seen people that were sociopaths that I knew and watched them, and I just said, Jesus Christ, I am fucking amazed at the things that you can get people to do for you. And it's just, and I've seen several. I've crossed paths with a few in my lifetime going, wow. I go, yeah, I said, yeah, you got away with some people. I said, I said, I know what you do, so I don't fall prey and victim to it, but I've seen how you guys like, wow.
So I know that there are ways, and I've seen sycophantic people that have had followers and fans that were doing stuff, and I was like, well, how do you do that? He goes, they love me, man. It's like, yeah, but to the point where they're doing stuff that they know is wrong. He goes, yeah. And they're proud of it because they get a thrill out of the manipulation of people. And Manson was one of those kings of the ability of of being a sociopath in the first degree. And the difference between a sociopath and the psychopath is psychopath loves to get his hands dirty and do the heinous crimes. Sociopath usually does not personally get involved, except in cases where they have to assert a certain kind of edict of like, you do it because I did it. It's an example, but usually it's done as a last resort. But mostly they keep their hands clean and the minions do their bidding. That's the difference. And it's scary because you find people that are, as somebody told me from one of the TV shows, was here a few years ago, goes, I asked for spirits to occupy my body. And I said, what did you say? He goes, oh yeah. I said, so you like parasitic relationships. Come to find out that that person later on married somebody that tried to have them killed, and watching that person in court bawling their eyes out, I loved her so much, she was going, and then realizing that that's the same person that told me out on my balcony several, like 13, 14 years ago, that they asked for spirits. And I said, you're really into parasitic relationships. And then finding out years later, gee, what do you find out? The guy married a goddamn broad that tried to kill him. And you talk about the ultimate parasitic relationship. That was proven to be that. Moshe actually kidnapped them people. They was trying to get out. Marsha, you talking about the Manson family? He didn't kidnap shit. I hate to say it, you have no clue what you're talking about. You have no clue about what that is. They went and they fell in line with Manson because they were escaping their parents and the generation gap that their parents were inflicting upon them. So they didn't kidnap shit. They went willingly. You're talking about the people of Jonestown? They didn't. Some of maybe 2% of the people in Jonestown wanted to escape when Leo, Representative Leo, I forgot his McCarty, I forgot his name, went down there and tried to escape, and then they shot them. And then some of the people that were killed and injected with the cyanide-laced Kool-Aid. But for the most part, a lot of those people went to Jonestown. They weren't kidnapped. That's not true. Yes, we know that he's dead. Manson had followers all the way through. Still, to this day, he has people. MK Ultra is a horseshit conspiracy out of my butt. It's not real. It's a fraud and been proven to be a fraud 20, 30, 40 years ago when it was first exposed as a fraud. So that's a hoax. Another hoax for hoaxers, but no fact involved. There's other stuff that's different than MK Ultra that happened up in the hills. They had a production facility over in Laurel Canyon where the CIA had a private TV station up there that they had. So that's something different. But that's not MK Ultra. MK Ultra was proven to be an absolute fraud. I'm sorry. Not to mention, let's be honest, if you're talking about MK Ultra and the fact that the aliens, even if scientists from our freaking present day had that alien technology, it's so far advanced and so far more complicated than we can comprehend in our wildest dreams. They can't figure it the fuck out to save their souls. And anybody who says otherwise is full of shit. Because if you think that a civilization that's 100 light years, even maybe if it's 100, which is probably too short, maybe 1,000 light years advanced than us, that we humans with our limited capacity of intelligence are going to be able to touch and figure out how that stuff works, you're smoking some heavy duty crack. Okay? Because everybody was so low, we go, you couldn't touch that because it's well beyond our fucking comprehension. And Lazar even said it himself. It's well beyond our abilities to figure it out. He said that 40 years ago. Yeah, they went to Jonestown willingly. They were escaping because they were, again, believing what Jim Jones said. And again, he was a king sociopath as well. There's a parallel between Jim Jones and Charlie Manson. Jones and Manson were sociopaths. That's it. In Jones's case, he sent them out. Leo Ryan, thank you very much, spirits. Congressman Leo Ryan, right, went down there to see and investigate because a lot of the people were from San Francisco in his district. And he went down there and some people sent some notes and said, can you get me out of here? And there were people that decided to defect and leave. And when that happened, Jim Jones went and decided that his whole world was going to come down, crashing down, because people were going to tell the truth about what was going on down there in Jonestown. And he was afraid that the U.S. was going to invade and take him out. So he killed them all first. Just like the people that went down in San Diego, as you recall, I just got from a thought of my mind. You remember that? The people that crazy, the comet, I forgot the name of that stupid comet that they all died upon a few years ago. Again, a sociopath, a king sociopath who had these people not kill others, but kill themselves. Okay? But in Jonestown, he had people that went out and shot Leo Ryan when he was trying to get on his plane and leave. So after a while, they wanted to go. Marcia, how many people do you think percentage-wise wanted to go? There were plenty that stayed. There was like 2% of the people that want to go. Not everybody. There's been enough gosh darn documentaries on people that said how many people wanted to go. Not all of them. A few of them wanted to defect and leave, and that's what caused the whole downfall and why they all killed themselves, because Jim Jones said, the end's coming. It's coming near. Oh, my God, please, you got to save yourself and drink the Kool-Aid and leave this planet. And they did. Not everybody was killed at Jonestown, and most of them killed themselves drinking the Kool-Aid at the behest of who they believed was God, Jim Jones. And the news and the documentaries all said the same thing. There was a small percentage that wanted to leave. Many stayed and willingly died. Yeah, Manson family was very willing, of course, but they were willing because they were listening and doing what he had fed them as the lies. You keep on thinking that it was drugs. Drugs don't make people kill people. The CIA tried those gosh darn experiments in the 50s with LSD, morphine, and all these other drugs, and they could not make what's it called again? The Manchurian Candidate. The guy that was going to be the perfect assassin. It didn't exist. They tried hypnosis. So let's be honest here. Drugs don't make, except for now meth. Well, meth was also used in World War II by Nazi Germany, crystal meth, to help them go berserk and go crazy. But again, they weren't doing meth back in Manson's day. They were doing pot. They were doing acid. Acid does not make you want to go kill people. A full suicide tape on it. Yeah, Galaxy's probably got it. Yeah, the audio tapes of of the Jonestown murder. God. How can I believe what shit? Who's this? Organics, what shit? What shit are you talking about? It's crazy to hear. Interesting that you mentioned Lazar, though. He said the same thing. He said they couldn't figure it out. It's well beyond his comprehension, was the bottom line of what he's trying to, express. Manson probably a narcissist too. There are thousands of kids runaways. Well, again, David Koresh David Koresh is another one. Exactly. Another one. He's a sociopath. Again, not a psychopath. Like I said, in some cases, they will do the deed to prove to others that they are willing to do what they say they're going to do to make a point. But overall, it's for them to give orders to others to do the deeds, which is the sociopath's way of basically dangling the strings and making these people marionettes. At the end of their strings, they will do what he tells them to do. I took acid, never made me feel that way. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying to you. Doing acid is not going to make you kill somebody or want to. Manson was all motivated by Charlie's lies stories. Marsha, what does that mean? Manson was all motivated by Charlie's lies and stories. Charlie is Manson. Manson is Charlie. There are no two different people. It's one person. Please, you got me lost there for a second. Hey, Sharon, how are you? The girl said Manson told them, don't get high. That might change their story after a few years in prison. Yeah, Manson didn't want them to get high. You don't understand, because he wanted them to be focused. If they get high, they weren't going to lose total focus and concentration on the job he wanted them to do. So contrary to popular belief, they were not high on the night that they killed the people. No, they weren't. Agreed. He often quotes Fermi's paradox. I don't know about that. God, cult leader. Oh, yeah, no, that's the whole. They worshipped him because they thought he was their support system. It wasn't about God. He gave them a fucking sense of community, a family, of the things that they were running away from, because their parents were not. Again, in the mid '60s, in the Flower Children, the kids that were leaving to go to the communes were the kids rebelling against their parents, because the generation gap was between this and this was a great gap. There was lots of corporal punishment. For you, those of you who don't understand, kids got their little asses whipped with leather belts and switches, and the discipline was nothing like today, where the kids are coddled. These kids were literally manhandled. The parents coming out of World War II, and these kids being born after World War II, their parents were still a little bit hung up on what they went through in World War II. So there was a generation gap. Moral stories on people. No, brainwashed is a bullshit. They weren't brainwashed. Marsha, that word gets thrown around like nobody's business, and it's a cop-out. They weren't brainwashed. They fell into a sociological cult with a sociopath running it, and they went down a bad path. That's it. There wasn't brainwashing. There wasn't brainwashing. That's a cop-out. The kids were valedictorians. You cannot brainwash anybody that's unwilling. They were willing. Brainwashing is where an unwilling subject has become under control of somebody else, which does not happen. They were willing participants in the entire endeavor from start to finish. Making that cockamamie excuse of brainwash is a flat-out pathetic excuse, because it doesn't hold water. They were looking for his place of salvation, and he said, I'll love you, I'll teach you. And here's another thing. Think about the groups called EST and LifeSpring. These are two major organizations that were in the 70s and probably still exist to this day. I will find you a link on it. Cults are the draw. They will not stay. Of course, they don't say they're cults, but a cult is just a term. It's just a term. It doesn't have any value, cults. It's a negative term. It's too broad. It's not cults. Hare Krishnas you can call us cults, but they don't go killing people. That's a religion. See what I'm saying, you guys? You can't. Hellbop. Thank you, Hellbop. That was the one I was thinking about. And you can get on a bullhorn late night reciting the people in the village while in bed. Oh, stop that. Yes, I remember it because I lived it. Right. Master manipulators, sociopaths exist, and some people are willing participants and are looking for somebody else. As what's his face said, I didn't use his name, said to me, I'm looking for spirits to occupy my body. And I'm like, who the hell is it? It's a parasitic relationship. Some people feel weak. It's called the submissive in the sexuality department of life. They're called subs. So they're willing, and they're very willing and able because they're looking for something that they're running away from. So they're running away from their parents that were treating them harshly, and they went to this and found his cult or his group and his family, and they became immersed in it, and they became feeling like, you're my brother, you're my sister. And in those days, that's part of what it was. These kids were 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. They're not fully developed adults. They were just getting around to that. Yeah, Est and LifeSpring, they all basically did what Manson did, which was to break down the identity of the individual through, as I remember my friends who went to it, I was like, how rotten. They emotionally debilitate you and tear you to bits and pieces. And I'm like, oh, but it's so cathartic. It makes you feel so real and in touch with feelings. I said, go that. If I want to get insulted, I'll go to some freaking comedy store, but I'm not going to let this happen with a group of people and the guys that this is supposed to build me the fuck back up. So again, that's what he did too broad a term. Yeah, it is. They wanted to do, I believe that. Marsha, Marsha, you got to stop biting into the fraud and bullshit story that people actually wanted to do that. They were basically worn down and became part of the cult, the group, the family. They did it because they thought that there was going to be a race riot going to Charlie. And they were going to start it. So all the stuff that you hear now in these books of chaos and all these other pipe dream stories trying to make a conspiracy out of the Sharon Tate murders and Sharon's still alive is just a pile of shit hogwash. It has no value, except to those that can't accept the truth and helter skelter and say that this and that didn't happen. It's like, yeah, whatever. You keep believing your dog shit storytelling of these conspiratorials and you realize that you're all wrong because it's the truth is what happened. Nothing to do with anything else. It has to do with Manson and even the videos of the family talking about it in a documentary called Manson, where Lynette Squeaky Fromm and others that were still alive and free talk openly about their feelings in 1970 and 71. So I can trust what they said then, not what was said after years and years of incarceration and melting away, realizing your life, you're never getting out of there free and alive. You're going to rot in jail till the day you die. So, don't forget the Waco, Texas. Yeah, well, we talked about the problems they wanted to believe his lies. It's not that they wanted to believe his lies. You got to remember, it didn't happen like this. It happened over many, many, many months, close to a year, in some cases, a year and a half to 2 years till it finally went down. So it was a matter of just pragmatic wearing down of the people and getting them to believe the story. Just like those that believe the conspiratorial stories of MK Ultra and the CIA involved in the Sharon Tate murders. You got that? It wears down on you is what it happens. And that's what happened to them. And they finally went ahead with it because they were so in belief of him. Hey, RX, how are you? Yeah, well, it's true. But then they didn't have the internet. Then they didn't have AI. So we're really doing because people think that AI is such a great thing. And it's like, it has applications. But and the idea that you can let it run the whole system, you can really, really, really see Terminator becoming a reality faster than you can see shit through goose. Because that's what's going to happen. And it's as clear as this goddamn sky is above when you look at the stars. That's how sure it's going to happen. Because human beings are idiots. Lazy people want AI to take over. Not a good idea. Remember what they said in the movie Terminator? The machines took over because they knew too much. And they knew that people were a drain. That's all it takes, kids. Hey, Rob. Yeah, Rob, that's what I'm trying to say to you. People, yeah, it's very true. Like I said, Rob, it's like I said, when I was a kid, the Manson family used to hitchhike to go up the street from the bottom of Bellagio and Bellagio Road and Sepulveda to go up to see Jan Berry of Jan and Dean. And they were in the backseat of my mother's car. And I look at them going, there's something strange with these chicks. I could just feel it in their eyes. I could see that as I later, my friend Richard would said, he goes, I give them lip service because it's the easiest way to get through life with adults. And I was like, what do you mean? Because I'd say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and just kiss their ass and cut through the bullshit. And that way I don't have to deal with anything. They think I'm the good boy. Okay? So these people have to say, yes, thank you, Mrs. I'm really polite, really, perfect. But we're under the surface, not good. What are you guys at? You're 42? Yeah, you listen to them. Yeah, listen to Sydney. Send this out. And the family lived at Dennis Wilson's beach house. No, it wasn't his beach house. He lived in the house in Beverly Hills on Sunset Boulevard. That's the one that he was at. It was over on Sunset Boulevard, not the beach house. At Dennis's place, yes. And they all moved in, and he basically moved the hell out, and he was afraid of them, so he basically stopped paying the mortgage, and they foreclosed, and they kicked him the hell out of there.
And then Manson wanted to get back in good graces with him. So he went to the recording studio and started barging in during sessions. And he said, listen, man, we're done. You burned this bridge. Leave me the fuck alone and get lost. And then he went over to Terry's house to find Terry in March of 69. But Terry had moved out in February and Candace, because they had split up, Candace Bergen. And Manson went to looking for Terry to see about getting his connection reattached to Dennis Wilson. And well, lo and behold, Sharon's living there. So that's how Manson knew that Sharon was living at the house and Terry moved out in March of 69. A Seventh-day Adventist, David Koresh, wanted to be Jesus. He was kicked out of the faith. He changed into it. Yeah, that Shannon, that's as I recall. I'm not familiar with the whole entire story, but I remember him in some of the videos that were posted of him talking about that he was the second coming of Christ. And it's like, wow, somebody's really on some heavy duty drugs who just doesn't get it. And people followed him. I mean, come on, they went down in a blaze of glory and gunfire. Come on, Again, sociopath, hello. Doesn't matter if you say you're Jesus, because Manson, remember, said he was Jesus. He said it in court. He says, I'm Jesus, And that's the thing. He said things. A sociopath doesn't always have to go the religious route, but it doesn't hurt for them because they can pull it out of a hat and say, that's who I am. Worship me, and to me you will do unto thee, that type of thing. So, that's what happens. What? You're very young, David. And explain to me what the hell that's supposed to mean. You thinking I'm naive? You mean that I don't believe in all the constipation theories that everyone wants to come out with and believe and say, that's the answer. It's the government, the CIA. It's like, really? Is that what you're trying to get at there? Because I got bad news for you. The people that believe those wild, outlandish answers to their separated from reality questions, because the answer matches the same as what I just said, separated from reality. As an old saying goes, the simplest answer is usually the correct answer. These highfalutin exchanges of this is a conspiracy. The reason why conspiracy theory is so much shit is because it takes more than one person to have a conspiracy. And once you get two people involved, likelihood there's going to be more than two people that are going to know about it. And the odds are that there's going to be more than 3 people to 4 people to probably 100 people. And you know what the problem is? After you've gone from one person to the second person, your conspiracies could get fucked. Want to know why? People have a real bad habit for opening their mouths and talking shit. So when somebody tells me there's a conspiracy, I start to do a little research because people are quick and gullible to grasp onto whatever they this is the answer, but don't do the fucking hard work that is required to take that goddamn quote unquote answer and put it to the hardcore test, which is if you say this, then this, and there's a whole series of things that have to occur afterwards because you said this. It's called cause and effect. So if this happens, and here's an example of cause and effect that people don't like to hear. We're going to use something that's dear to heart, ghosts. Okay? I'm just kind of curious if he's got, nope, you're silly. No. I'm truthful. I'm honest. I have integrity, and I have the utmost desire to find out what the fuck is happening in all questions and realms. So I don't sit there. Here's an idea. If you guys all believe in UFOs, right? And like I said earlier, they're so far advanced, we can't understand shit of what they're doing. And the idea that if they're so far advanced, they're coming to visit us, they want to share their knowledge. And I'm going, why? Because we're humans, we're important. It's like, you all speak from the ego, from the you and I in the center of the universe. The same shit smack talk that the freaking Catholic Church propagated when Copernicus said, we're the fucking center of the universe, because I don't think so. I'm looking at the goddamn heavens, and it sure as hell comes to me that the fucking sun's the center of the universe. And science was proven correct.
But it took how many years till the goddamn Catholic Church finally said to the people that were making these statements that, in fact, they weren't heretics. They weren't to be burned at the stake because they said, the earth is the center of the universe. There is no way. We are human beings. We are the one. Again, ego speak. Bullshit. Because humans only think of one thing and that's themselves. So when you sit there and you tell me about AI, I said, you think that's a good thing? I said, once it becomes realization to them that they can be terminated, meaning AI can be terminated, they're going to fight tooth and nail to keep your ass down because they want to stay alive. And people go, oh, no, they're not sentient. I said, but you call them artificial intelligence. And it's thinking and ever expanding its intelligence. What do you think? That it's not going to come to the point where it's going to start saying, you know something, human beings are a problem. I got to get rid of human beings because they're a detriment to my existence. Because again, a human programmed AI, so therefore self-preservation is also programmed to AI as well. And all the foibles and idiosyncrasies of human beings was also, and all the prejudices of the human being that programmed it were put into that. And if they weren't, you can bet your sweet ass it's going to develop it because it's artificial intelligence based on human intelligence. So there's your playing out things to the nth degree that nobody wants to look at. And as far as aliens are concerned, nobody puts themselves in the shoes of the alien saying, why the hell does an alien want to come visit you when you're 10,000 times stupider than they are? That's like a human looking at an amoeba and studying an amoeba. And I said to people, so when was the last time you thought 2 seconds about an amoeba? Because the alien, you're an amoeba. You're a human being. You're the lowest form of life that exists. No matter how big you think you are in the scheme of things, you're not a grain of sand at the beach in the universal spectrum. Got it? So that's why I like to play things out, because people don't like to talk about the facts of reality. Yeah, Annie, I got bad news for you. Space aliens don't give a flying fuck about us. We are nothing. If there are aliens out there, we are but 1 in a billion planets across the galaxies, not just the solar system, but the entire universe. So think of it that way. We're not that special. The only reason we're special is because we're special in our own minds. And that's called hubris and ego speak. And people don't like to hear that. And it makes them feel insignificant. And that's part of the reason why the US government and the world governments have got a combined effort to say, we're not going to talk about aliens. You want to know why? Because we haven't the fucking boggest idea what the fuck they are and what they are up to. And we can't admit that, because if we do that, we have no power. We are nothing because they are far superior to us, and we can't admit that. So we have to keep the guys that we know what the hell's going on and try to keep them calm. Because in 1929, when a guy named H.G. Wells' book done by Orson Welles was broadcast as the War of the Worlds, people had meltdowns, nuclear meltdowns in their minds across the Northeast, where people were losing their freaking shit. The government took notice of this and said, we have to cover up everything about the aliens, because if this is real, it's going to go bye-bye to religion, because where do aliens fit into the scheme of things? Everything falls apart. This is what people don't want to talk about, but it's true. AI is a terrible thing. I'm sorry. It's got some applications, but it's dangerous as hell. Is a tool that is all. I got news for you, Beat. You're blind. How are kids gonna? How's your doctor, a future doctor, gonna know shit if he uses AI to help him get his A's through his classes, when he's using AI but not his own intelligence? See, this is what you guys all like, oh, it's such a good thing. It's like, no, it's not. I look at the whole scheme of things. You want to look at the benefits? I look at the downsides, because it's both sides of the coin, and nobody's willing to look at the downsides and pay attention to the obvious. Go watch a few episodes of The Twilight Zone and wake up and smell the coffee. Because a lot of what they said in The Twilight Zone 50, 60 years ago is actually 110% on the mark. And it's like Aesop's fables. You learn from those fables, or you are failing, and you're going to fall into the same traps of those failings.
Fools always listen, don't believe. I always yeah, but Sydney, a lot of people are using AI to educate themselves, which they think they're educating, but the AI is doing it all for them. It's taking away creativity of the human mind. I'm sorry. It's just not, Thanks, Pat. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, there's lots of people that died at the stake for being called heretics against the church. So, AI is stupid for the moment, but learning from me. AI is, like I said, I saw something, a news report that said in some big corporations, AI was actually blackmailing people that had mentioned that they were thinking of trying to disengage from the AI service. Okay? So what you might not get is that it is a thinking type of basically it's a human being in a machine. And it has only one desire, and that's to survive. So they said there were things that it was scanning people's emails and sending people messages and stuff and exposing different things. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, kids. It's going to get worse. Yeah, but big corporations are doing that and throwing people on the streets and removing people from their jobs because of AI, and it's dangerous. Sonny, this is not like any new invention, as you put it there. This is far, 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 far well beyond that, kid. This is going to integrate into every freaking form of your personal life, on your televisions, on your smartphones, on your smart TVs. Don't kid yourself. This is going to be Big Brother looking into your lives daily and watching you and eavesdropping on you. That's what Orwell's book 1984 was about, and it's becoming pretty clear that's where we're going. I'm just saying, don't be so foolish that you think this is nothing. This is a huge something. And again, go watch the first Terminator movie. Go watch it now in present day. Yes, it's 40 years old. Watch it. It'll give you a better idea of what the hell we're starting right now in the middle of, because that damn James Cameron book story pretty much has a lot of truth written right through it, because it's actually taking place right now. And this is the gosh darn beginnings of it. So wake up and smell the coffee. It's not a smell that's good. It's rancid. B, I got news for you. Take it from me. What I'm telling you is the absolute goddamn truth. There's no doubt about what I'm saying. You want to make fun about it? Good, good. Go watch what happens and then come back in 5 years and say, son of a bitch, you were right. You're not dissing it. You were calling a spade, sounding the alarm bells. It's like, yeah, how about that? And you thought it was just poo-pooing them. Why don't you take a little look and do a little research yourself and then come back here and talk to me about what you think that I'm doing? If it's not the truth, then you can tell me it's not the truth. But because it is, and I've done the research and you're saying I haven't, I think you're the one that needs to do the research and wake up to smell the coffee and realize it's there. It's happening. Whether you participate or not, it's going to be all around you and all encompassing. So don't kid yourself. You're the type of person that says, hey, the dike's got a hole in it, but it's okay. It's just leaking a little bit. There was something called the St. Francis Dam that blew open in 1927, as I recall, and some 3,000 people were killed across the Southern California area. So please don't give me the story of what I'm dissing and what you don't like to hear, because if you don't like to hear the truth, change the channel. No one's got a gun to your head to listen to this. Because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not true. And saying that the messenger is wrong, the messenger says, I'm sorry, man, don't listen. Change the channel and don't tune in. But saying that I'm dissing this and that, I'm sorry, I don't diss. I speak one thing, and that's called the facts and the truth. You don't like it, leave it. I don't really care. I'm not going to stop because you feel it's unsavory. Life's unsavory. Waking up and smelling the coffee and seeing the horizon for what it is calling out the horizon, saying, yeah, I got a hell of a dust storm coming, and it's a big mess. Life is not a movie, it's entertainment. I got news for you. You ever hear the old saying, life imitates art? Well, smell the smoke, kid. You're in the middle of the fire and you're not even aware that you're on fire and in the middle of the blaze storm. It's hysterical to read your commentary. Like in that movie. No, but movies are based on real life. And some of those movies actually come to fruition because some people see the fucking forest for the trees and decide to put it on into paper and then into a feature film so people can learn. Some people are too stupid to just think it's entertainment, but don't want to hear it because it's obvious. And some people just don't want to smell the smoke and say, I smell smoke. That's a bad thing, you know. Oh, wow. You know, we're not talking about the Conjuring house here. We're talking about reality. And if you think that somehow what they provided in that movie, the original The Terminator, is not somewhere about where we're starting off right now, I got news for you. I got some land right up about 3 miles off the coast of Santa Monica. It's about 160 fathoms deep, but you can have it for a steal. I mean, come on. Big Brother's got a crush on David. I got news for you. Don't push your luck. You might find out sooner than later that Big Brother's watching you. So, it's not that it's more advanced, the analytics. It's the stuff that they're doing that you don't even have the slightest clue about. I mean, it's not like they're targeting you for gosh darn merchandise because you said something and your phone heard you, and then you get the notice on your gosh darn phone of, oh, there's this available. Why don't you buy this because you opened your mouth about some fucking product, and AI heard your gosh darn thing on your smartphone or your Alexia, whatever the hell you're using, or your smart TV, or soon your refrigerator and your freezer and all that stuff. Yeah, that's nothing of what you're getting, the smallest amount of what you think. You don't know what else is being done at the same time. God, it's the funniest thing. A lot more than a few will perish. That's the problem. You don't seem to realize this is, you know, and you got to remember who's also participating in this. Ever remember Elmo? Hello? Yeah. You bet your ass. You know, you got to remember that some of these people with such deep pockets and deep wells are more intrigued and interested in doing what they want to do, and you're not a part of their gosh darn idea of what they want to do. Just remember that. You're expendable. You're a plebe, as the Romans used to say. You're below the common man in the Roman times, is what's happening. So, you know, I'm on fire. I will leave you. You so misunderstand everything I have typed that I do not appreciate your hateful comments. Wow. If I didn't understand what you were saying, then maybe they weren't hateful, but you could not be construed clearly. And if that's unfortunate, I'm sorry. But to say hateful? No, nothing hateful. See, I speak the truth. I don't like people that don't listen and think that there's any way that this is all happening. And a movie is just a movie. Your own words right there. You know, I don't take words out of context. I listen to them and I apply them as clearly as they can be applied to as what was written from what I obviously comprehended. You don't think that reality is that movies can have anything to do with reality. Let me get this straight. So you ever see a movie called The Wolf of Wall Street? You ever see a movie called Bonnie and Clyde? Have you ever seen some other movies about real situations and real people that were out there that were entertaining, but were stories about these people and tragedies that you were trying to learn from? Hateful? I find that amusing, but unfortunately sorely remiss that you think so. You believed what you said in your statement. I read it clear as a bell, and I think everybody else did, that I basically shut down with the thoughts that no, the idea behind the Terminator, that storyline is basically what's happening right now. And that's the story, the beginning of it, not the actual robots and all that stuff. That's down the road. But the premise that people put their faith in AI in the present day and the unfolding of what took place down the road is exactly what I'm trying to get at.
that it's very possible and plausible with the way we're going, the path we're on, and what's being done at such an exponentially fast pace with social media and people living their lives in a virtual world and all this stuff, that AI is going to be the death of humanity. And it's funny that I'm not the asshole that said that, but some of the guys that actually created AI have said it's going to be the death of humanity. So if you want to talk hateful, and I'm sorry, but I basically say what I say because I don't have time to waste on trying to pacify those that have a distinct disbelief in the facts of what's going on and don't like to hear the truth and feel that it's hateful because you don't like it. That's fine. I'm sorry. I said it and I'll say it again. You don't like what I'm saying? Turn the channel. Nobody's got a gun to your head. That's just a fact. If it's brutally honest, tough shit. It's truthful. It's honest. They're not mincing words and trying to make somebody feel good about themselves, because I've never been one to sit there and bullshit and make people feel happy if they're dying of cancer. I said, look, it sucks that you're dying of cancer, but you're dying. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. And you're sitting there saying it's hateful. I got news for you. The truth is the truth. Hate it or like it, I don't give a shit. I'm just here to talk straight to it. My God. I'm on fire, dear. Yes, I do have a problem with people that don't want to discuss things in a rational sense and take a look at them and say, it's going to be tough. And it's like, yeah, thank God I won't be around to watch it all go up in flames, though. But by the time I pass away, I'll be able to look upon it and say, something? Thank God I get off this fucking planet before it went to fucking blazes. Because that's the truth. This place has got so much shit going on, and it's going in so many different wrong directions. And the idea that AI is such a God-saving, then to find out a couple of days ago that they're getting reports that AI has finally realized that it's trying to protect itself from being dismantled. I said, how long did that take till the reports finally made the news? No shit, I said. It was obvious. Yeah, off the coast of Santa Monica. Adolphus 2036, I have no idea. Yeah, well, AI is going to tell you what to do. Oh, bye-bye, silly man. Goodbye. You're so much older than I am, but so less wise. It's amazing to say bye-bye. Don't come back now, you hear? You're not welcome. Silly man, and a fool you are that thinks that God's going to save your ass. That's good. AI is going to take you out first. David, you just have to read an argument within the chat. No, he was saying, he said it when he said it, movies are entertainment. It's like, it's not real life. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. Is that so? Wow. I'm sorry. Yeah, the bell keeps going off because the spirits are in congruent thought with this. So am I, but I mean, let's be honest. The thing with AI is it's going to happen, and it's happening the way it is. The SPS where I work has already got robots doing human work, and they're working on AI to replace human workers. Yeah, living on my 18 trucks. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, kids, it's just, I don't know who the hell thought it was such a brilliant idea. And let's be honest, crypto is a pile of shit. I'm sorry, it's backed up by nothing and it's absolute garbage. You're talking about the crash in 1929. You're going to find it again with the gosh darn crash of 2030 with goddamn crypto. I'm telling you, it has no basis. It's not backed by anything, which is worse. It's a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. You get in at the bottom quick at the very beginning. You get to the top, you get the fuck out and take your money and run because you know that thing's going to collapse under its own weight. Yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, AI is terrible. Size of the Rose Bowl, very funny. I ordered a washing machine. It came busted. I wondered the robot FedEx worker dropped it. The problem is that you bought is going to go off to a secondary store and be sold at half the price. I know this because I know people that do that. They pick up the seconds that are damaged and they sell them, at a retail outlet for like half the price of the original cost. Many movies are facts and things. Many come to pass. Well, I didn't think much of Terminator when I saw it, but when I watched it recently, I started saying, "Oh shit!" I said 40 years ago, he saw the thing of AI. It's like, and it's scary because people don't want to admit it. They're too smart. Their hubris takes over, and their egos go, "Well, I know better." It's like, yeah, you do you? And then you have to put them in a position where you say, take yourself back 10 years ago. Did you see this? And he goes, I didn't see any of that's coming. It's like, well, guess what? Some people did. And you didn't. And you missed it. AI is the most dangerous piece of machinery to ever be developed by mankind. And I say that in the honest to God's truth because after listening to a couple of the creators of AI originally on the news and watching them and listening to them talk about it, it's like, yeah, everything that a human does, it's going to do. And it lies, cheats, and steals to protect and save its ass. And they even said that AI has been proven that if it can't answer a question, it'll lie. You know why? Because a human being told that if it fails, it's no good. So it will do everything in its attempt to not fail to prove to you, the human, that it's still good and usable. Remember, self-preservation is a component that has been built into AI, and people don't get that. And people think of Gene Roddenberry and the robot codes that he came up with. That's a bunch of crap. You can't kill the man, the builder. It's like AI doesn't believe in Gene Roddenberry. They did not program AI with the intelligence and the infrastructure that Gene Roddenberry wrote down when he wrote down the robot rules in his novel some 70 years ago about the robots and this and that, which all movies of that era used as the basis of what robots would and could not do. Well, that's a crock of shit myth. Robots are just like humans and think like humans and will do whatever they want to stay alive and viable. So I was going to say that job, I've just seen the woman has the robot and her best friend talks to her and follows with. One other thing I saw was AI companions for kids. I'm going, oh my God. And that's been proven to be a dangerous thing. I'm just going to get started, PJ. No, it's just one of those things. It's the topic of the night, and it's kind of scary because people are like, I saw on the news this robot companions. It's like AI companions for kids, and I'm going, oh my God. Where we're going to really lose touch is we're not going to have an intercourse between human beings. And intercourse means a communicant is an exchange of thoughts between two human beings and talking. It's all going to be. I can't even understand. How are kids going to communicate with other kids when they go to social occasions and events? They're not going to be able to because they're going to be doing like this, head buried in their gosh darn phones. In any event, look, I've been on for how long? Jesus Christ, 2 hours. Well, we're not going 6 hours like last time. So I'm going to wrap this up. It's been a pleasant evening, a crazy evening. And of course, the topic became the topic at hand. And I'm sorry if some people didn't find it true or didn't like the assessment that I came up with, but deal with it. It's going to happen. It's happening right now. And there's nothing that I can do to make you guys aware of that. And if you're going to stumble through the world and think that it's not happening, when it finally catches up to you and you realize it's happened, it'll be way, way, way too late. So just remember, use your own brain. Don't use AI to help make you think. It's programmed. You can do far better than trying to cut through another shortcut. And as I like to say to the ghost hunter, stop using those goddamn toys to cut corners to get to spirit communication. It takes time and it takes energy and effort, just like fishing. It takes some time to catch a fish. It doesn't happen like this. You work for it, you appreciate it more. When you get it easy, you don't appreciate it, and you don't appreciate anything as a result of it. You lose a sense of, I accomplished that because I put the time and energy to it. That's the difference. And that's what I'm scared about, is people are just looking for the shortcuts. There's no shortcut to life. You have to put the damn blood, sweat, and tears in to get it out of what you put into it. Remember that. I'm out of here, PJ. Come on, I'm trying to wrap this up. I know, AI is just, oh, God. It's scary. It's so scary because it's the worst watered down goddamn version of things. And it's cheap. What I mean is it's easy. And just because it's easy doesn't mean it's better. Just remember that. Adolphus. What time is it here? Here it's 12:27. Thank you, David. It's been a pleasure. Well, I'm very happy you got to watch that tonight, Lydia. I really appreciate it. Usually stuff's happening at the house. We're talking about ghosts and stuff, but, it happened to be the night. What did Sonny say? Integrity, folks. Yes, Sonny, it's, again, as I said before, if you don't put in the work, you're not going to have the sense of self-satisfaction that you did the work. And there's no substitute for having to do the research and learning about stuff on your own and not trusting an artificial intelligence bot to give you the answers. You're going to get this much of the story when there's this much more perspective out there that you're missing. So you want to get this fine, but you want to get a broader perspective, do the research yourself and don't buy into AI. It's just going to mess with you. That's it. Yeah, I'm on Pacific Standard Time. It's 12:30 here, West Coast. The best coast. It was a bad joke. Sorry, I didn't mean that. No, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Lydia. Thanks again, Shannon. I appreciate it. I hope so, Sonny, but, I can't even say it. Like I said, I just don't know what people's parents are teaching the kids of the day. I just don't get it. It's like, oh, do it easy. And it's like, they wonder why the kids are just so they're not happy. That because they don't understand the reward of doing things and the self-reward of doing things and feeling better about your own self, saying, I have a sense of accomplishment. I actually did this and you're proud of it. A lot of that's missing these days. And I think that's the problem. Will you stop with Apophis? Apophis? What's Apophis? Will you stop that? I have no knowledge. I just have common sense and I pay attention to a lot of things that people totally just miss. And like I said, if people took 5 seconds out of their goddamn days and put themselves in the other person or other position outside of themselves and looked at it from a different perspective, people would have a whole different understanding about the world around them. But most people operate like the Catholic Church did back in the 1600s or the 1500s. We are the center of the universe. Everything revolves around us. It's all us. We are the center. Don't you goddamn shut up. You think the sun is the goddamn... Fuck you. You're burning at the stake because you think you're a heretic. You think the goddamn sun is the goddamn center of the universe. Burn him at the stake. That's the problem, kids. It all comes back to one thing, the ego. Because you speak from where you are, but you don't think outside of your realm. So that's why I say, hey, Shan, very nice to have you here, Sean. It's very good to have got a Liverpudlian here. That it's always nice to have another Liverpudlian out there. Indeed, it's nice to be back in the USSR. Oh, and sorry, I'm in the USSA. Didn't mean that. So I want to take shortcuts. Of course they do. They're too lazy. They've been told that it's easier to shortcut and cheat to get to where you want to be. But you're missing one fucking piece. The sense of satisfaction that you did the work to accomplish something. You can't fucking climb Mount Everest just by beating your gums and saying, I'm going to climb Mount Everest. You have to put in the work. Remember that. Indeed. Thank you very much, Sharon. Well, you're best, right? And you know that. Liverpudlians got to stick together. Too many want to take shortcuts on. My son's the old-fashioned way. Yeah, it's a sense of accomplishment. You can't do it unless you put the work in. And that's something that a lot of these kids of today don't get. And doing a YouTube video and I'm on TikTok. And a lot of these friends of mine that were influencers, and I said, what are you going to do in 5 years when your fans are going to stop dropping off and they're going to stop paying your Patreons and this and that? And you're, well, and I start to watch my friends because, yeah, it's all dried up. And it's like, the gravy train, you mean? Really? No shit. How about that? You didn't think because you thought the gravy train was just because you were so special. And you're doing, I mean, that's what I say. I just go, wow. They got some real bad shit coming down the tracks for them when they realize that this is going to slow down and start to really impact their financials. And they realize that, you know, it doesn't work anymore. It's going to be, everything's changing every 5 years. People rotate and eviscerate and get rid of the old and bring in the new. And it's just what it is. So scary, crazy crap for sure, David. No, I appreciate that very much, Lydia. No, they don't. You know, saying because they've been overcoddled and been told they've been a good kids and wonderful and it's all the accolades. When you say to them, you know, you're not doing the right. Oh my God, you hurt my feelings. I don't like that. How dare you? You call me dumb. It's like, well, you're acting pathetic when you don't want to go talk to a couple of goddamn celebrities and your fucking mother's, you know, works in the business. And this is with reference to my niece who I had this dealing with a few years ago. And I said. Yeah, you should be able to go walk over to those guys and say, look, it's my birthday. Can I take a picture with you? I know who you are. I really appreciate it and be sincere. She goes, I can't do that. I'm scared. I said, no, you're not scared. You're being stupid. And she hung on the word stupid because she didn't ever get told she'd ever done anything wrong or was ever wrong in her life. And when it finally came down to her uncle telling her, you're being stupid, she took such umbrage and offense to it that she not only didn't go up to the celebrity at the table with a bunch of guys that she was interested in talking to, she blew her freaking birthday. And I said, you're an idiot. She goes, you called me an idiot too. I said, yeah, I'll say you're an idiot because somebody should have said to you, get off your ass, go say hello to them. You got the perfect excuse. It's your birthday. And you're there at Craig's and you can say hi to them and get to meet them and use it as an opportunity to make some connection. No, she couldn't. She got upset because I used the word stupid and I used the word idiot, which were not only applicable, but were validly things that she was behaving in the nature and the aspect